Hey, how's it going, guys? This is your boy Hazzed, and today we're going to be covering a question that you guys want to know. There's been a lot of questions about that. Which one is stronger, Frost or Unholy? But anyways, guys, let's jump into this and talk about the two play styles, rotations, healing, and where their strengths and weaknesses are. So let's do this, guys. The nice thing about Legion, guys, is a lot more comes into play than who has the most damage, who has the most healing when it comes to duels. Now, here with Frost, guys, now we're going to talk about the major question that everybody wants to know. In a 1v1 fight, who would win? Frost or Unholy? Okay, so let's talk about how Frost is, the little rotation here. I mean, Frost basically plays the same, pretty close to what it always has, but the nice thing about Frost is it doesn't take long to burst. I basically just built up to full burst, and of course, wow, that's an interesting bug. But basically, we just built up to full burst, and we just unloaded on a target. Like, this is a lot of damage. This is a ton of damage. I'm still doing a ton of damage, just with breath rolling, and of course, just a few abilities proccing. But that's how fast Frost Burst can come up. Now, why is that going to be his strength while fighting an Unholy DK? An Unholy DK has a bit of ramp-up damage, as you'll see here. Before an Unholy DK can unleash its full potential, even in duels, multiple things need to occur. For one, he needs to get ranged, alright? He needs to apply his dots, and then he's going to blow cooldowns on the target, transform his ghoul, and then he can use his ranged abilities to put out pressure. And of course, he could put stacks on the target to deal even more damage, and then of course, bring in the epidemics for the LOS dot damage. Now, it's not as fast as Frost, definitely, when it comes down to it, because you have to be in certain situations to maximize what you're doing. And of course, if you're being CC'd or somebody's sitting on you, it's going to be much harder to deal a lot of pressure on an Unholy as it is compared to a Frost. So that actually answers that question there first off, guys, is which one is superior in a 1v1 fight, Frost or Unholy? Well, if an Unholy duels a Frost, the Frost is going to win just because of the speed of the burst. Now, guys, you're sitting here thinking, oh, that sucks because Unholy looks really cool. But don't just knock it for that, guys. Just because it's weaker in a 1v1 fight doesn't mean it's going to be weaker in a 2v2 or a 3v3 situation. Because as you can see, Unholy has an insane amount of mechanical strength, LOS, things like that. Now, let's say a Frost and Unholy DK were fighting 1v1 in an arena situation, it would be much harder for the Frost to win, but just because the Frost DK can spec into Icy Chains, he's actually going to have a better chance of beating an Unholy DK since the Unholy DK can't get it ranged. And once the Unholy DK is about to burst, the Frost DK is already going to be bursting, and it forces the Unholy to have to play defensive, and it totally just, messes up the whole routine there. But that's the way that's going to go. But as far as dueling-wise, guys, now here's the interesting part. As far as dueling goes, Unholy DKs for dueling other classes is going to be mechanically superior to Frost. Like anything with a bubble, melee fights, things like that, Unholy DKs are going to shine in because they have the ability to kite. Kind of like you saw in my last video when you see me kiting Demon Hunters. Now, like, you're sitting there thinking, why can't Unholy beat Frost? I mean, it could kite Frost. Well, that's the problem, like I said with Chains a little bit ago. You can't quite kite a Frost on an Unholy DK at the moment. They don't have enough peels compared to how they can stick on you, obviously. But, it can be a pretty close fight. And, of course, as I said, Unholy has, the shield, which gives them a little bit more survivability. Now, here's one of the things that sucks for Unholy DK when they're dueling a Frost DK. Now, Frost DK, we'll switch over to a Frost here so I can show you guys. Guys, when it comes to a Frost DK, if you're doing anything with a pet, you are absolutely going to destroy their face. Now, about 2 videos ago, I was doing arenas on a Frost DK, and you saw me run in on a Hunter and global him within like 4 seconds in arena. The guy just exploded everywhere. And a lot of people were confused about what happened there. Well, let me show you what happened there, guys. I can't use it right now because we're not in a PvP situation, but this ability, Chill Streak, it's really underrated. A lot of people don't realize the potential and the power in this ability. Now it deals 14% damage, which 14% health is actually quite a lot. I mean, that's a good 200 plus K to 300K hit. Now imagine, guys. Now here's the part that makes this insane. It bounces 5 times. So if the target you're fighting has one pet and it bounces 5 times, it's gonna hit him, hit his pet, hit him, hit his pet, and then hit him again. Now it didn't just deal 14% damage. 2 hits, it dealt 28%. 3 hits, it dealt 42% of your health. 42% of you've only got 58% health. Like, look at this. Look at the clicker on the screen. I don't know if you can see the clicker in the recording. You probably can. But, I mean, half your health's already gone. And this DK is full bursting on you with breath. And, you got Remorseless Winter running, which also is a stun on burst, which you also have the ice shards falling on somebody all at the same time. Like, Frost DKs have an insane burst. And if you have a pet next to you, they're just going to, like, chop your head off in seconds. So that's one of the reasons why Unholy DKs are definitely going to fall short in a Frost DK versus Unholy DK battle. Now, the Holy DK shield is really cool, but a lot of the times I actually kill an Unholy DK's pet before they try to use that shield, and then they have to resummon the shield and use it again, which a lot of people don't think that's a big deal. But you got to remember, that whole global cooldown that they use to get there again, that whole 3-4 seconds to get there, I'm consistently dealing damage and pressuring him. So by the time he comes out of that and tries to deal damage, he's forced to either heal or it's basically over by then. So that's kind of what happens in a Frost versus Unholy DK battle, and why they definitely fall short in that aspect. Now I'm going to show you why, of course, Unholy DK's mechanically dueling other classes is stronger than Frost. So let's say we're dueling a melee. I mean, any class really. I actually, you've seen, I play a little kitey in arenas. I'll chains him up, but inevitably when I deal damage, I have to go in. So that moment that I go in on a target, that means I'm also taking damage and I'm also being hit. In a duel, that's not good, obviously. In arena, that's not good, obviously. If I was able to stand back here kind of like Unholy and deal ranged pressure, mechanically, that's far superior, especially if we can hide behind a pillar and still deal pressure. That's insanely mechanically superior. But as far as me dealing damage, I've got to be in close here, and it's really going to be the difference when it comes to dueling hunters, dueling things with bubbles, because of course I have a giant major burst here that I blow people up with Frost, but that doesn't mean it's going to have the survivability to duel a lot of the other classes as Unholy will. Like in Unholy, I can survive against rogues pretty long. As a Frost, it's troubles versus rogues, because all you really have is the IBF plus Death Strike heal. And if your Death Strike gets dodged or parried or just something like that, of course, I mean, you're basically a fish out of water, like you were about to get owned. So a lot of the times I catch myself bursting like a madman just to save my own butt on a lot of classes, where in Holy you're a lot more comfortable to kite and get away and deal ranged pressure. So basically, guys, it's kind of interesting as an Unholy versus Frost battle. Frost is going to win, but Frost versus, let's say, a hunter that actually has range on him, a Frost is going to lose, where an Unholy DK is 10 times more relaxed and would be able to hit him from 20. I mean, one of the damage abilities is 100 yards. 100 yards. You can hit somebody from 100 yards away. It's like a whole football field in real life. Like, think about that. I can only hit somebody like 2 yards away on a melee. Yeah, it's crazy. So which one would be stronger in an arena situation, guys? Now, the crazy thing is, Unholy and Frost have two separate different play styles. Now, Frost is definitely going to be the melee Mongoloid burst that you probably play TSG with, and Unholy this season, I could tell you, is definitely going to be more like playing Unholy Rogue with something with a lot of peels, because the Unholy DK, as you saw just a little bit, wants to stay at full range, besides one ability, of course, coming in and hitting them with that, popping, of course, your artifact weapon, and then completely getting back once you have those stacks of festering wounds. And because you don't want to be anywhere near him on an Unholy DK. You don't want to be anywhere near him. So, arena-wise, it's definitely going to be mechanically superior, because you can deal consistent a lot of pressure without being in range to take damage, which also is going to give your healer more time to be able to CC instead of healing you, because you're taking a lot of damage, while of course your rogue or something with a lot of peels is going to be sitting on this target, completely getting him off you while you spread your insane amount of dot damage. So mechanically, guys, Unholy DKs are going to be superior as playing CC comps / kiting comps, while Frost DKs are going to be superior with playing Mongoloid and TSG. Now, guys, what I've been talking about in the other videos as I've slowly been developing and playing a lot of the classes is every class in the game can kill any other class if you're looking away. It's fun, it's nice, that's the way it should be. But classes become insanely stronger when they get buffed by other mechanics, so you can't play alone in this game anymore. Like, some classes can get away with it, of course, if you're prod or something, but a lot of the classes also rely on other classes to build their strength off of. Like, I came in here on a... Let's see, what was I playing with on an Unholy DK that just... I was playing with a Frost Mage. I mean, right, Frost Mages should peel, but this guy couldn't peel with anything. And he was trying to just put out damage, but it sucked because I had no peels. I could survive for a little while, I kited, but in the end, without peels, it really, they got to me. They started dealing an insane amount of damage, and I got destroyed. Now, the nice thing is, if Unholy DKs, if somebody's sitting on you, does that mean you're useless? Not at all, guys. If you got multiple DPS sitting on you, you can outbreak one target and spread dot damage pretty hard. And of course, if two guys are on you, and then you force over to the healer, and you spread dot damage that way, and fully blow cooldowns, and hit all 3 targets at once, it's absolutely insane. Now, Frost is kind of the same mechanic. Both of these have some insane AoE pressure that just rips through people. But as far as survivability-wise goes, Unholy's got a bit better survivability, while Frost has better AoE and single target damage with Burst. Now, remember, as I said, Unholy's mechanically superior, though. So there's a bit of choices to make here when it comes to each class. They're definitely both viable at this point, guys. I can double, triple damage of most classes in Arena and or PGs on both of these classes. But all in all, guys, you can't go wrong playing either one of them, to tell you the truth. They are both going to be powerful, at least at this point, in Legion, guys. Thanks for watching, guys. That's going to be it for this video. Remember to like and subscribe, and thank you, Hype Down, for talking to me about this. Basically, me and him were on the same page even before talking about it. We both agreed on the stuff in this video. We just discussed it like right 20-30 minutes before making it, just to make sure, like, you know, I wasn't missing something. And it turns out we were pretty on point with it. So anyways, guys, until next time, this was your boy Hazzed.